Ladies and gentlemen, to submit it for your approval, this is my stepson Jimmy in his glory as he graduates. Your tassel's on the wrong side.
This one?
Yes. There you go. As he's got to graduate this July 9th from Case High School in Racine, Wisconsin, and I will be there with my camera and my daily vlogs for this momentous occasion. In the meantime, you get to see him like this. Good morning. It is daily vlog number 2 of the fall vlog series number 5. We are in the morning heading back to Case High School. It is cap and gown time for my stepson, who we're able to procure a nice cap and gown for his graduation. Alright, we're back from Case High School.
One sec.
And
I have a fat head.
My stepson is trying on his cap and gown. We were lucky enough to get one that donated because we forgot to get one at the beginning of a school year.
Because we thought I wasn't graduating.
So we have him in his his cap and gown. I'm going to switch the camera off and put it back on, so we'll see how this works. Ladies and gentlemen, to submit it for your approval, this is my stepson Jimmy in his glory as he graduates. Your tassel's on the wrong side.
This one?
Yes. There you go. As he's got to graduate this July 9th from Case High School in Racine, Wisconsin, and I will be there with my camera and my daily vlogs for this momentous occasion. In the meantime, you get to see him like this. We are very proud of him. He worked hard. We helped him during the pandemic to graduate. His caseworker at school even fought for him, and his assistant statistic teacher fought for him, and we are very happy to have this Case Eagle graduate.
I don't know if we're supposed to have that or not.
Okay, we're back inside. It's a little chilly out. It's 54 degrees in Racine today. Just saw we went and picked up my stepson's cap and gown and a few other things they gave him. I think I'm going to give you a little bit of tour of my game collection and games between me and my fiance. Most of them are mine. And my systems. And you'll see a surprise with it too, so hopefully we'll give you that. I'll save the surprise for when you see it. Okay, so as I said, you're going to get a surprise, and of course, let me zoom out here a bit if I can. Yep, zoom in. Anyway, this is the massive game collection and console collection. Of course, as I said, there are surprises throughout here. We've got a couple. My fiance likes to collect sloths, so there's one up top on the very top here. It's made out of milk crates. Some that we found in a store that they were selling, and some that we had collected. First, here we have all the Xbox One games and the couple PS3 games for my for the PS3. Over here, of course, is the PS3, and down here is, of course, the Xbox 360, which is mine, and of course, a couple sloth friends. And then we have the Doctor Who skinned Xbox One and another sloth friend. Over here we have a couple all my 360 games, some that I just acquired and haven't gotten around to playing yet, and some I have actually played extensively. Of course, you know, as you can see there's a couple of them Dishonored, and a couple, you know, like I said, my favorite franchise of all of them, of course, is Final Fantasy. franchise, and there's a couple Final Fantasies there, and another one of my favorites, which is Bioshock. There's one, and there is two. The Deadpool game, which is really fun to play. A couple Dragon Ages, Blur, which is really fun racing game. Fable 3. And then down here, as you can see, this is the PS4 I had just acquired. There, and you're wondering, do I have games for the PS4? Well, yes, I do. Of course, the current game that's playing on the system right now is Dragon Quest Heroes 2, which is really fun to play. I'm a completionist when it comes to my games. I like to try to play them. Then these are my PS4 games, and of course, some Sloth Friends. And there's a lying down Boki from Shirt Tales on there. But of course, we have, Persona 5, which I highly recommend. It's a very fun and challenging RPG game. Final Fantasy X and X-2 remastered, Final Fantasy VII remake, Final Fantasy 13 Zodiac Age, which is just a remastered version of the original. Of course, Dragon Quest Heroes 2, God of War 5, which is fun, different than the originals, but fun. Uncharted 4, which I had played straight through, which is a really fun game. Of course, being also classics, we have, of course, Atari Flashback Classics, which is a bunch of Atari games, and then we have, of course, being a sci-fi and fantasy nut, I also like anything with Lord of the Rings. So I have Lord of the Rings Shadow of War. Of course, then we have our TV here next to it, and of course, more of my fiance's stuffed animal collections. I'm not going to dig through that. Speaking of my soon-to-be graduating stepson, remember, this July, it'll probably be a very special, July 9th will be a very special daily vlog, because I will be filming from my car as my stepson walks across the thing. But anyway, we have, of course, more collectibles to celebrate 1 year. The Star Wars celebration was the solid gold Yoda vinyl pop. There is some of my fiance's collectibles, which is, she's a big Jeff Gordon fan. It's kind of beat up in there. Being a Deadpool fan, both of us, we have the Deadpool taco truck. And then we recently found out Disney put out their own version of Matchbox Hot Wheels cars. So we have a Lilo and Stitch, a Jack, my side of the bed. We'll get to that in a moment. There's some stuff there, and then I'm going to go through some stuff stuff that's not displayed that I can find places for. And this is some of my stepson's artwork throughout the years. Here we have him doing half a self-portrait from one of his art classes 1 year. You may recognize this from some of the earlier episodes of Sad Reality. This is the actual picture that I based the opening title card. Here's one of his other artworks. And then over here, of course, being a Doctor Who fan, we do have Doctor Who. And behind the massive game shelf thing is a big old David Tennant. But here's an anime style drawing of David Tennant in the TARDIS. They said here we have a Tigger Hot Wheels, or Hot Wheels.
Yeah, Matchbox and Hot Wheels are working together, so
yeah.
even if Hot Wheels come out.
Moving over to this end, some more artwork over there. I'll zoom in here real quick. And some recent artwork from his senior art class. I kind of have a neat little shape thing there.
I'm surprised you got getting this on.
And then, of course, above our heads, my girlfriend has a fascination, and it's kind of neat, of the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. And so, yes, imagination is the only weapon in the war against reality.
The Cheshire Cat.
Yeah, the Cheshire Cat. And then, up above her closet is some more recent artwork of my stepson's. It looks more like a forced perspective photo painting.
It's like, you know.
Yep. And then, hold on here, let me zoom out a bit so you can get more of that. There is another picture, looks more like a forced picture. Alright, then we're going to move over to my side of the bed. The room is messy, so I won't show you much of the floor. But I do plan in later, once I get it set up, to go through some more of my collectibles that I have hidden in my closet.
I mean, I can show you my collectibles too.
Yeah. And then, of course, my room, we have, I'm just going to go down shelf by shelf here. I just recently got the shelf to organize a few things. Some more stuff. That is my beloved cat, Allie, who passed away.
Y'all should know that.
She is in my, I had her put in the urn, in a nice, lovely black cat urn. And then below there is kind of a tribute, her blanket when I first got her 11 years ago. And some little figurines and stuffed animal things that remind me of her. Of course, the white mug with pens and pencils in it, that is a mug I got for Christmas one year when she was still alive. It's kind of neat, you can find them. And behind them are two candles, one with my current little girl, Spicy, on there, and behind the white mug is, of course, our black beast, handsome black beast, Diablo. And then we have another little black owl and some Cheshire Cat figurines that my fiance likes to have. And then, of course, we have down here my fiance's favorite DC character, the Joker. And then next to that, hanging up, of course, I'm a massive Rick and Morty fan, so I have one of the first of my Rick and Morty pictures up there. Here we have, of course, I'm going to zoom out on this if I can. Like I said, my fiance likes to be as a massive Cheshire Cat fan, so there's a Cheshire Cat picture. Above that is a Cheshire Cat Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels. And then over here we have, of course, that little white hanging thing there is a card the vet gave me when they found out that Spicy had my cat Allie had died. Here is the first Father's Day card I got from my stepson, which I still proudly hang up here because I am a proud stepdad. Down here, of course, is where I hang my keys and my headphones and that. So I'm going to get the rest of this set up on the bed where I can find room, and we'll show you the rest of my collectibles. Birthday.
On his 19th birthday.
And then we got, of course, see there's a Tigger and a mug, and I'll zoom up a pan up there.
And you have some more Paw Patrol stuff too up there.
Yeah, and then there's a Doctor Who spatula. I love that thing. I've never been used to cook with. I never wanted to. It's a neat little decoration. And then, of course, a couple other figurines and some stuffed animals. This is her knick-knack shelf. I think she built that herself.
No, somebody gave it to me. I painted it myself.
Yeah, but it's got some of her knickknacks and collectibles, and some of mine. You can see some Paw Patrol there, and some Tigger and Snoopy, because you like Snoopy.
And the little kitties are my Oscar, old cat, and part that's dedicated to my radar.
Mm-hmm. And then there's more stuff there. The last corner she's blocking. She's busy working on a face mask project that she's been trying to get to work for a while.
You can show it.
She's designing face masks for herself. Like I said, she's a big sloth fan. She's made 2. She's just trying to figure out how to get them to dry and work.
They're already dry.
Yeah.
Except for this part right here.
Yeah.
This one's already dry too.
Yep. So I just
put some clear coat on them.
So I just thought we'd add that in to the video before we go on to cameraman Ginny's collection of stuff.
What? Because I just did these 2.
Yeah.
Well, this one's probably dry.
And of course, we'll go into a little bit of pets I forgot to mention. This is, I'll zoom out now. I have a Petey Poo. This is Pistol Pete. He was raised by a Chihuahua.
And by me.
Mm-hmm. And behind me is one of our dogs. That is our Chiweenie Emma Rose. I don't know where the Chihuahua is, or there's my laptop, and of course there's Jimmy.
And Spicy's in the hallway.
Yep. And I didn't show her in the last video when I said I would, but
Come here, Spicy.
Jimmy's gonna try to catch him. But my beloved Spicy cat, Allspice, we call her Spicy or Spicers, as soon as he can catch her.
She's a good little thing.
A bit more clips about this.
I got her.
Yep, here she comes. There's my little wily Spicy cat, being held by my cameraman Jimmy. She is probably a year and a half to 2, maybe. Little torty. You can see her right there. I got her pretty much
at the Humane Society for $20 in Milwaukee.
Yeah, the Milwaukee Humane Society has a thing going on where if you want an older cat, a year older or more, you could just donate whatever money you want and you could get an older cat. So we paid $20 for the best little wily torty cat we could ever have. And of course,
your first pick, wasn't she?
Yep. And if you can see in the corner there, I rearranged the things because you may have seen it in my video.
You'll have to show your Sonic. You could play your Sonic.
There, up there, of course, is my Sonic, and if you
bring him closer.
You could. This is it says lines from the Sonic movie, but see. So that's about that for now. A little 4 minutes in, just to kind of add some stuff before we go into the next part of this video, which is going to be my cameraman and stepson's Jimmy's gaming collection.
And collection and random crap.
Yep, his are all collectibles. So we'll see you then.
Hey guys, welcome back to, Unders Productions. I'm Jimmy, and this is my collection. You have a Freddy pop-up, some pencils, some cups, even a Lego Freddy, all the Paw Patrol. I think Rocky fell somewhere. And then, moving on, there's a die-cast model. And then you even got I believe that's the original Mystery Machine, I'm not sure. Moving on, some models, a lion, Maynard, even all my stuffed animals. That's pretty much it. Moving on, my games collection. Even Forza Horizon 4. And then all my PS2 games and some movies. That's pretty much it. And then we have this guy. Anyways, guys, this has been Jimmy. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye. Peace. What you doing?
Thanks for watching part 1 of yesterday's video. I decided to break it up in a couple parts to make it easier to watch. This part 1 is Jimmy's graduation gown, a cap and gown, and a little bit of the collections the three of us have. Video game, knickknacks, figurines, stuff like that. Stay tuned for part 2. We'll probably be doing a lot of the driving around to get to the main destination from yesterday, which was the New Wave video, which will be part 3.